Interesting. So one of the questions that's coming out of this for your everyday life is this hype? Is this value? Is this an asset bubble or not?
So
Those are
this is
very
where
important questions.
reading charts comes into play. Let me actually show you a chart. So people don't use charts enough. All right, they really don't. They think it's
Some use charts too much. Some use charts too much, I'd say.
well, the people who don't use charts enough, um, they think it's nerdy or complicated or whatever it is. It's really one of the most useful tools you can, because you don't want your own bias to affect your decision making. It's so easy to think that what you're doing is right and what other people are doing are wrong,
Mhm.
or to say that something's worth something or not, or whatever. You need to have some way of gauging that. And so, for example, I talk. Actually, let me show you Google Trends. Right. So Google Trends will, if you switch to my screen over here. So Google Trends is a website that allows you to see what are people searching for regularly. So there's Google Trends here, and so I'm just searching for Bitcoin, just references of Bitcoin over in worldwide, and I'm just trying to see Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, Ethereum. How often are people searching this? Now you can see this chart at the bottom over here that's showing this chart that goes up and then down and then up and then down. So this peak that you're seeing here is the 2017 peak that corresponds with the high that we saw in Bitcoin over here. So if we take a look at Bitcoin real quick, this the peak that we see there corresponds to this peak over here in 2017. Right? That's that same peak that we see here. So if you were holding Bitcoin this whole way, as soon as if you were checking Google Trends regularly, you would see the spike, and this spike gave you from November 19th all the way to December December 17th, a warning window as to when the price of Bitcoin was going to fall. So this whole time over here, you would have known that this period over here. Let me just this period over here. Oh, never mind. Let me not show that. Basically, this ramp up that you were in asset bubble territory, and you can use Google Trends in order to get information on all kinds of things. Let's say I want to know, for as a web developer, I want to know what's the popularity of this job. So I'm going to change web developer here to the occupation. I'm going to take a look at it worldwide, and I'm going to check over the period from 2004 to present, and I could see, oh, the interest in Google Trends and web development is dropping over time, right? So this is giving
Mhm.
me an indication that this industry that I'm in and the job specifically that I'm doing is this is just an overview, is in some sense becoming less popular, and that correlates with if you switch back to me over here, that correlates with what I've been seeing in my own industry, that people's oops, 1 second, that people are paying web developers less. I've been noticing that 10 years ago I could get $10,000 for a website, and now people are like, "Well, just tell me how to set it up for free on Wix," which makes sense. I mean, you were doing an interview with Heather Boyd, the Wire Lady, yesterday. Very fascinating, and she was like, "Yeah, my website is not really. That's not really where I get my business. I get it from Etsy. I get it from social media, and my website is almost like just a hub, a presence that people barely go to. It's possible for people to buy products from her and never go to her website. And I'm
Mhm.
seeing that more and more now. So that tells me, Tom, I'm in a downtrending cycle. I better plan for the next 10 years that web development is not where I need to be making my bread and butter. Which, if you're in school, there are people in school right now for web development, Peter. There's people in school right now in a 3-year program studying how to build websites, and they have no idea that they're in an industry that's just going to be faded out, or what the way that they're learning it is not going to continue. Whereas, let's say, let me just switch back to that for a second. So let's say if I go Etsy, check this out. Etsy's been increasing, right? That this has
Mhm.
shown me that e-commerce has been increasing. in search terms. That these industries, these e-commerce industries, are increasing in value. So, all right, that's it for me there. So that tells me that if I were to switch to if I were to focus on e-commerce, I have an underlying tailwind supporting me, that the more and more people are coming on. And as you look at more data, like how many people in the world are coming onto e-commerce more than before, and you'll notice that more people are coming onto e-commerce. And you can use these trends, and you can use all kinds of data to inform you. It's not even hard. There's websites like for example, PayScale. PayScale is a website that allows you to see what is the what can I expect as a salary for a job in my industry. So over here, again, web developer, because that's what I know. And you'll see here that were you able to get the what was that other site?
Glassdoor.
Glassdoor. Were you able to get that working? I'm not sure if you could just
Yes,
try that
well,
one for me.
just the homepage, but I can't.
Okay,
I
that's
can't
fine.
show both pages at the same time.
That's okay. So if you take a look over here, the median price is the median wage is 54,000 Canadian dollars, and we can change this to United States, no problem. But it's giving you $54,000, and you could see that that where is it? Let's see here. Scroll down. Okay, over here you're seeing that the longer you are in the industry, like the most you can really expect to make, even at 20 years, is 73,000, right? 73,000 is not a lot. This is plateauing the longer you are into the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as we saw before, with the downtrend of a web developer term in Google Trends, you have to have the expectations that people are making $73,000 if they were in the industry for 20 years now. So you can have an expectation that number is going to downtrend over time. That people are not going to make that much. Adjusted for inflation, they're not going to make that much, because web developers are becoming less and less in demand. And so maybe maybe you adjust your prices now in order to get as much money as you can. You give less discount to put some money on the side in order to retrain yourself, in order to do something else. Maybe you create a side product that allows you to do e-commerce, sell something on the side. Maybe you make a training course for other web developers, because training course allows you to scale better. Maybe you like me, you tell other people to set their expectations better for what they should expect. Maybe do second opinion on proposals that people get, because they can get a cheaper price. Whatever it is, like, you use the information in order to guide your thing. This is just in my industry. You can use this for any field, any industry, any interest whatsoever. You can find information that supports that, and it really doesn't take months and months of digging around to figure out this information. Just looking at it, it becomes more transparent and super useful. So you want to use this data to help predict what's going to happen, the trends that are happening in the future. I use raw data from the Government of Canada website and the United States website, whatever. So this is just a shortcut for people to get an overview, but obviously you can get really granular inside of the data, which I very much prefer. But if you have kids, right? You want to look at this. Your kid says, "Oh, I want to be a lawyer." You go, maybe not. Those jobs are being automated away. Like maybe you want to be careful with that. Or someone else might be like, some kid is like, "I want to be a YouTuber." You go, "Oh no, a YouTuber's not a real job." Yeah, well, check it out, because those people are making more and more money more reliably, right? And they don't have to wait until they're our age before they're making the same salary. So it allows you to put things into perspective. It's really cool. Really cool.
Real cool. Did you hear Elon Musk? I watched Elon Musk talking with Peter Diamandis for the X Prize, and they talked about going to Mars, and Elon was like, a lot of people are going to die to colonize Mars. a lot of people are going to die. And I can see that on the chart. If you want to take part in what we're doing, please go over to youtube.com/happyforchange and hit subscribe and hit the little bell so you know when we go live. Right now, we're going live to the Happy for a Change audience on Facebook, facebook.com/happyforachange, but that won't be the case forever. So you'll get access to the live shows on YouTube. Eventually, the live shows will not be available after they're done. Everybody will get them for free live, but you'll have to be a patron on patreon.com/happyforchange in order to get the recorded content. So you can get for $10 a month, you can get the audio content, and for $25 a month, you get the video as well. So you can go back, rewind, look at things again. But on top of all that, on top of the other things that you'll get, you'll also get access to the Telegram audio and video chat group and audio group. So that's really fun. You're gonna have us in your pocket. You're gonna be able to ask any question. Okay, you're building a website, you're starting a company, you're trying to stay motivated, you can't get out of bed in the morning, whatever. We're gonna be right there. You definitely want to participate in that. Jumpstart Live is on Telegram.